each orbital has a unique shape, and there are several orbitals of the same shape which have different orientation in space. You'll see it in the next slide. Each orbital is described by 3 quantum numbers, and we're going to talk about it. Okay, so the first quantum number is the principal, which we use the letter N. It's the energy level of the atom. With each level we have a different number. We start from the first shell, and we go along. We have the second shell, the third shell, and that's what this number describes. The values for N are 1 and above, because this is the first shell, and we continue. Okay, the next quantum number is the azimuthal quantum number. We use the letter L, and this gives us the shape of the orbital. Okay, so you can see for each value of L we have a different shape. When L is 0, we have the S orbital. When L is 1, we have the P orbital. And the range of this quantum number is until n minus 1. Okay, so that gives us the shape of the orbital. The next quantum number is the magnetic one, ML, and this gives us the number of orbitals in space, the orientation in space. What does it mean? If, let's say, we're talking about the p orbital, we look about the range of the ML. So the p orbital, the L is 1. So if we look at the range, we have -1, we have 0, and we have 1. We have 3 different numbers. That means we have 3 different p orbitals in space, and you'll see it in the next slide. Okay, so this basically shows you everything we talked about until now. We talked about the p orbital, which we can see here the L is 1, and the ML we have 3 different ones. -1, which is on the x-axis, the 0, which is on the z-axis, and the last one, which is on the y-axis. And it goes on for the same value we use. With the d orbital, we have 5 different values from -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. We have 5 different values, 5 different shapes. No, the same shape, 5 different orientation in space of the orbital.
It's not the same shape. 4 of them are the same, but one is different.
Yeah, sorry. It's like it's 5 different ones in different orientation in space. Okay, and the last quantum number is the ms. As we know, electrons have a charge; they are charged and spinning, and the spin of electron is described by 2 different values, either +½ or -½. It is clockwise or counterclockwise. Okay, this is a chart that sums up everything we saw until now. We have the 4 different quantum numbers, their name, possible range, and what they represent. As we said, we have the energy level, the type, the shape, the number of orbitals, and the electrons. Another one. Okay, questions. What are the possible values of L while n equals 2? Which orbital shapes exist in this specific shell? Who can answer this one? Yes?
L equals 1, it's 0.
Okay, and what orbitals do we have in the second shell? S and P. U and P. Okay. How many full p orbitals are in an atom with 3 full shells and 1 electron in its fourth valence shell? Yeah. Okay, we have 3 full shells, and we have another electron in the final shell, in the fourth shell. How many p orbitals do we have? 3. Right. Give me a click. We have 6, because we have 3. I'm talking about the entire atom. So we have 3 in the second shell, 3 in the third shell. And last question: can 2 electrons be described by the same 4 quantum numbers? Why?
No, because the spin, like in the same shell, the same orbital, the same orientation, 1 electron will have spin quantum number of +½ and another one -1.
Right. So an electron can, 2 electrons in an atom can share up to 3 quantum numbers. That means they're in the same orbital, but if they're in the same orbital, they will have a different spin, so they can share the same 4 quantum numbers. Okay, that's what we told. And another one. Okay, take home electrons are moving in space, forming orbitals. They are not static. Each specific orbital can be described as 3 quantum numbers. Each quantum number describes a different property of the set. And as Ivar said, each electron in an atom has a unique set of 4 quantum numbers. Flip. Thank you.
Amir, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Uh,
One moment.
You showed the structures of the orbitals, and the orbitals are built with lobes, and in between the lobes there are nodes. What happened in the nodes, between the lobes?
It's the place where electron can be shown in the mathematical equation. There are like different regions with electrons cannot enter, so that's why it's right.
Very good.